Welcome back to the beautiful Douro River and the unique landscape that surrounds it. If you have not seen the first part of my stay in the north of Portugal, you can find the link on the description box. The best way to start our second leg of the trip was with a very charming and elegant cruise up the river in a historical 1950s boat with Pipadouro. On this 2 hour cruise, with a light lunch and drinks on board, we navigated for around 10 miles into the upper Douro. Over an appetizer, we admired the landscape under a beautiful late August sun, changing from hillsides covered in vineyards to an increasingly raw and more natural landscape upstream. In this area of the Douro, there are no roads along the river, so a boat cruise is definitely the best way of slowly admiring this charming scenery. Pipadouro has a couple of charming boats to take you on different cruises on the Douro, but this one, Friendship First, is just as elegant as you can get. With a beautiful classical style and decoration, the boat comes with a main, spacious aft cabin, finely decorated with elements evocative of the history and culture of the Douro region, as well as a second one in the bow, allowing for overnight cruises with groups of up to 4 people. As we turned back to Pinhão, the table was already set for our light meal. Along a bottle of very fresh and well-balanced white Douro wine, we delighted in local cheeses and cold cuts, honey and jams, fresh fruit, and sweet and savory bits. This is just one of the many different types of cruises that Pipadouro organizes, and they can accommodate bespoke activities and experiences, and even very special requests to make your cruise even more memorable. Time flies when you are having the loveliest time, and we didn't notice at all the 2 hours passing by. On the second leg of our trip, we stayed at Octant Douro, a hotel that seamlessly blends into the hillside and the landscape, almost hanging above the river. We stayed in a beautiful corner suite on the top floor of the terraced building, with 180 degrees views of the river and the hillside surrounding it. After checking in and getting comfortable in the bedroom, we had a glass of wine admiring the views before going exploring the hotel. The hotel is set on a terraced structure going up the hill, and at the very top you have the main pool area complete with a pool bar with the most fantastic views for an afternoon of total relaxation. On an intermediate level, and by the main restaurant, the hotel also has a smaller pool that seems to hang out into the river. At the bottom levels of the hotel, in the common areas, the closer proximity to the river gives you an even different perspective of the landscape, making you feel more immersed and enveloped by it. The spa area, with a few different treatment rooms and an indoor swimming pool with floor-to-ceiling views of the river and the hills, is accessible 24 hours, making it the ideal place for a relaxation any time of the day. The lounging areas of the hotel, with a comforting and welcoming style and decoration, are also perfectly positioned to admire the views while spending some time in family. As the evening approached, we got ready to go for dinner at Raiva, the main restaurant at the hotel. We sat outside on the terrace, watching as the sun painted the last golden strokes into the west, and the whole landscape disappeared into the darkness of the warm August night. We had the 8 moments menu, which also comes with a vegetarian option that took us on a delicious trip along the flavors of the river, the woods around it, and the pastures higher up in the mountains. The whole food was perfectly cooked and beautifully presented, and it satisfied both the palate and the eye, right from the entrees all the way to the dessert, making it an experience that perfectly complements the scenery around you. The following day, we woke up early in the morning with these most serene views, with the chilly breeze outside that rapidly went on to be replaced by the warmth of the last summer days. After relaxing in bed for a while, admiring this idyllic scenario, we went down for breakfast with a buffet all through the morning, but which you can also order any time of the day if you are a very early or late riser. We then went on to spend the morning on the main swimming pool, taking in the views and relaxing under the gentler morning sun. As lunchtime approached, it was time for another boat cruise along the river in the Octant first boat, with a style similar to that of the Rabelo boats, the traditional vessels that were used to transport the wine barrels up and down the river. With a capacity of up to 10 people, this is a beautiful way to discover this downstream part of the river in family or among friends, while enjoying a light brunch on board and watching as the landscape constantly changes, passing by small towns, riverside beaches, and under ancient bridges. After a 2 hours relaxing ride, we arrived back at the hotel, where we went on chilling for the rest of the afternoon between the pool and the spa. As the afternoon then came to an end, we sat at the terrace of the A Terra restaurant, overlooking the river and the boats coming and going from their afternoon rides. We had a light pizza dinner to end our stay at Octant Douro and just made a point to sit back and admire our last beautiful sunset and enjoy the moment. Thank you for coming again with me, further exploring the beautiful Douro landscape. If you are not yet, make sure to subscribe to not miss any of my future travels around Europe.